Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today the question is, what is the difference between WOS or Web of Science and ISI, that is Institute of Scientific Information? It's a very big difference. ISI is obsolete and now it is no more used in basically indexing of the journals. So now what is the difference? Thomas Reuters basically was a company in 1990s, if I'm not mistaken. They came up with ISI, that is Institute of Scientific Information, and they were indexing. Basically, they're listing a lot of journals based on the quality of those journals. So they have different criteria. So the criteria was inclusive of the review process, type of editing, the process of number of the reviewers, all those kind of things. So total they have different criteria. For example, 20 to 30 different indicators were there which were considered basically. Now what happened in 2016, basically another company basically which is called Clarivate Analytics basically came in and they took over this ISI part under their domain, which was Web of Science. So Web of Science took over and bought all the intellectual property and copyrights of ISI from Thomas Reuters under Clarivate Analytics, which later became Clarivate. So that is the difference between both of them. Now currently WS is in use, but very important point, ISI is no more, but there is ICI, which is Indian Citation Index. So Indian groups came up and they want to make use of this difference because many of the people, they don't understand the difference. So they come up with the Indian Citation Index, and the people, they started thinking, and they're still thinking like it's ISI, and they start publishing lot of articles which are indexed, and in the index is basically ICI. So that's a big difference. Don't mix up both the things together. Very important difference. Okay, now we come to what we call for HEC journals in Pakistan. You have to basically, majority of the time, HEC has already approved many of the journals which were already under their domain, under their databases, and the people who have already submitted articles to those journals and published in Pakistan. But still it's open. Many people can apply basically to HEC in the specific timings and rulings, and they can get it recognized. So if the journal is not there, you can basically request HEC. If I am not mistaken, you can also request through a form, or through the journal editors can actually also submit it through their domains. So this is something very important. So all of them are different, but what you have to do, ideal safe passages, easiest, the minimum criteria is JCSR. You go for JCSR, which is the minimum criteria under the WS journals. Focus on JCSR, minimum criteria, don't go below that.